I just want to do a brief overview of this Oster French door convection air fry oven that they have recently come out with. This unit is pretty much similar to the standard convection oven that I showed in a previous video. Not much on the outside has changed other than the paint and some slight cosmetic alterations, such as the louvers here on the top and the sides of the oven, which are bigger than the previous model. I guess they needed to add more airflow to the chassis to help keep it from getting too hot, which this unit does get quite hot. That's why this warning symbol is impressed into the metal, because this oven does heat up extremely quickly. It preheats very well. Other changes are such as the mode selector. You got the turbo convection, the bake, the toast, the broil, the air fry. Now on the previous model, air fry was a warming feature, which this no longer has. And as with the other oven, you used to be able to turn the knob to the left to turn the oven on and keep it on and not use the timer. Well, they deleted that feature, but as with the other model, if say you've got something that needs to cook for 15 minutes, you still have to turn it past 20 and then bring it back to whatever amount of time you need to use on the oven to cook. As, like I said before, it heats very quickly, so there is a bit of a learning curve here. And even if it says your food will cook in this amount of time, with this oven, it will cook pretty quickly. So you'll want to keep an eye on whatever you're cooking. But other than that, it's pretty much the same. I measured the oven's outside dimensions are the same. Internal dimensions are pretty much the same. They did change a few little things in here. Kind of like how the racks used to slide in. There used to be a channel on the sides where you would slide the rack into. But they deleted that, and instead they used these pressed in channels into the sheet metal, which works just fine. It's not really that much different. You may lose a little bit of space, but not much. The back of the oven still is pushed out, so you can get a like 16-inch pizza inside. They also include here one rack like this, and with the drip tray attachment. The other model had two trays just like this, but they changed it since it has the air fry option. They went with this metal mesh tray here because you need the air to circulate around your food when you're air frying it. So they deleted the other tray or other rack. They did, although, change these heating elements up on the inside. They do get red hot really quick. So this thing is very efficient at cooking. So, you know, your results may vary. So you'll have to keep an eye on whatever you're cooking because it heats up really efficiently. It still has a little crumb tray here. The biggest change is right here. Is on the previous model, it had a small fan inside. You could hardly see it, but this one has a much larger fan in order to move the air around the oven. So when you're air frying your food, it will cook very quickly. Now, according to the user manual, which actually does have some recipes and such inside, and what you should do as far as temperature and time. There are some foods, I guess in particular, like for more fresh foods, like fries and sweet potato fries, you have to add oil. But there are a number of different foods that claim to be able to be cooked in an air fryer. They do spray a little bit of oil on it to help cook them. That's why frozen French fries are a lot better now than they were when I was a kid growing up. The old ones, they were coming out limp and soggy or like super hard. But anyways, all in all, I think the price for this unit is pretty acceptable. I think it was pretty close to the same price I spent, or I paid for my previous oven. I, although, did have a coupon for this one from the store I shop at, and it was like $50 off, which brought it up to like $138. But compared to some of these other air fry ovens, it's pretty reasonable. Some of the more higher end ones are fairly expensive. I think one I looked at the other day that was interesting was like $191. This one came with that coupon, came out to $138. But other than that, I've used it since the end of January, and I've had pretty good results. I've had some near misses or burnt food with it, but I still caught it before it did burn. But it's a lot more efficient than the previous model, and you know, if you can get one for a decent price, buy it. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching.